Okay, round 2 of our Unit 4 Day 3 notes. We are on the bottom row of our 2x4 fold. And I would like for you guys to copy down these two problems. If you'd make a little demarcation line there in the middle of your left column, and then copy down, eventually we'll copy down the U try over there on the right. And let's take a look at the difference between these two problems on your left side. The first problem over here on the left, if we began to solve that, we would have no problem with this. We would subtract away the 10, then eventually we would multiply the 5 away, and we would get x is equal to 75. Now notice we added or subtracted away first, then we multiplied or divided away second. Now the reason why we did that is because the plus 10 was what was done to the x last, and the divided by 5 is what was done to the x first. So we took them away in opposite order. Take a look at the second problem here. At x plus 10 over divided by 5 equals 15. There you can see that the plus 10 was done to the x first. Then that expression was divided by 5. So as we begin to undo or solve this particular equation, we're going to undo the things that were done last. So for instance, on this one, I'm going to multiply by 5 first. And the reason why I'm doing that is because they divided by 5 last. You can see here the 5's cancel out. We get x plus 10. And on the right side, we get 75. To finish out the problem, we'll subtract away the 10. And then we get 65. Okay. Take a moment and try this problem over here on the right, and then I'll give you some feedback. Okay. Here we're going to multiply by 3 on both sides first, because the person who made the problem divided by 3 last. Then we'll get rid of the 8 by adding it away. This will only be true if x equals 10. Okay, now let's apply this new problem-solving skill here to the problems down here on the bottom. Now this will be on the back side of your sheet. As you turn it over, we'll be on that first row. Let's take a look at this first word problem. It says Dave is playing in a basketball tournament. He scored 12 and 15 points in his first 2 games, respectively. Write and solve an inequality to determine how many points Dave must score in his 3rd game to average at least 16 points a game. Okay, there's a lot of information here. First, let's find that variable. It's asking us to determine how many points. So I'm just going to go ahead and say that x is number of points. Okay. They're talking about an average in 3 games. And so if you're trying to take the average of 3 things, you add them together and divide them by 3. So we know 2 of his scores, 12 and 15. What we don't know is the 3rd one. Now, if we take that and divide it by 3, that should be the average of his 3 games. Now, this should be at least 16 points a game. Remember, at least is a lower boundary. That means that it needs to be greater than or equal to 16. Okay. Once we have that set up, now we can solve it. Since we divided by 3 over here on the left last, we'll multiply by 3 first in the process of solving. Okay. 3's cancel out. We get 12 plus 15 plus x is greater than or equal to 48. Notice that 12 and 15 are just 27, so I'm actually going to simp over here. Combine those two together. Then what I can do is just subtract away the 27 in order to solve for x. And when I do that, I'm going to get x is greater than or equal to 21. Okay. So what is that telling us here? That's saying that if Dave gets 21 or more points in his 3rd game, then he should average at least 16 points a game for the tournament. Okay, so X is greater than or equal to 21. Let's say that the number of points is at least 21. So X is greater than or equal to 21. The number of points is at least 21. Okay? Now let's have you guys try the one on the right. All right, go for it. Okay, define the variable. Determine what she would need to shoot. Okay, so what she needs to shoot. What Jillian needs to shoot. Okay, to set up the inequality. Okay, well here we're having two different rounds. So this is going to be an average that we'll add together and divide by 2. The first time she shot an 84. Okay, the second time she's going to shoot X, whatever that is. We'll divide it by 2 to get the average, and then it needs to be at most a 78. Okay, well that at most, that is your ceiling. So it can be less than that or equal to that 78. Okay, so let's solve for X here. On these average problems like this, you're going to see that they divided away the 2 last, so we'll multiply away the 2 first. Okay, let's see what we got. Let's see, that is going to be 156. And we'll subtract away the 84. And that is less than or equal to 72. That means she's going to have to shoot at least, well, she's going to shoot at most a 72, in order to get an average of at most a 78. Okay, so she needs to shoot at most a 78. Okay. Hopefully these problems will let you guys hit the ground running when we see you guys again next time in class. Thank you very much. Look forward to seeing you again.